Woohoo!
Can you hear me?
Woohoo! Yep. All right, guys. It's our next Who's Next episode, and I'm going to go ahead and let Ryan talk a little bit about the new intro we have. I said Who's Next, huh? You can say it in the mic. You can correct me in the mic, dude. I said Who's Next. This is Losing Lives.
I didn't want to be a dick.
I'm sorry. I've already started.
Okay. He's like, here's next about losing lives. I'm like, holy.
No, you could
fuck.
be a dick. You could just be like, Seth, you motherfucker. It's Losing Lives, you piece of shit. Losing Lives.
I don't know. My heart sank for like 2 fucking seconds. Like,
I'm on my second beer, so maybe it's done something. I haven't had beer in a while, so you know what? Maybe it's doing something.
It's okay, Seth. It's forgivable. I'm on number 8, so it's fine.
Congratulations.
But everybody that's listening right now, we are about to premiere our new intro. Yes, I'm really excited about this new intro we did for Losing Lives, and I came to Seth about it.
He did come.
I kept coming. He called me and
Tim told me I'm not allowed to play the I Keep Coming Drop anymore after the last episode.
You played it like
last episode of Who's Next.
Well, you did play it about 10, 20 times. And
I couldn't help myself. It was appropriate every single time.
I've never been so satisfied with my life.
Thank you.
I thought it was appropriate.
I thought it was appropriate too.
That's why you should have had me do it, not Tim.
No. Well, you were at work, you son of a bitch.
I was. I won't.
All right, you ready to bring in this intro song?
I am.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's get started.
Your life's down. You got enough in there to finish me off?
One way to find out.
Gross.
This is not good.
Mario Brothers Club, no league too small. Fatality.
There you go.
That was really good.
Good. Well, tell them about what movie we're doing today.
Well, everybody that's listening right now, today we are doing Turok, Son of Stone.
That's right, Son of Stone. I'm trying to pull up the Son of Stone trailer right now so we can listen to that bullshit.
Oh, that was a trailer?
Here we go. Apparently. I think every movie has a trailer.
I am Turok.
Where are we?
It must be the underworld.
We have never seen others like us in the Lost Land.
We need your help.
I see you shaking your head over there, Seth.
From blood follows blood.
You look disappointed.
I was.
Is that not what you got when you watched this movie?
It was disappointment.
Just remind us who he is. He did say his name. I am Turok.
I am Turok. All right, so yeah, as we do, talk about the game for a little bit. Now, personally, I've never played Turok. Well, I've played one of the Turok games. I think it came out though for like the Xbox and maybe
Xbox
the PlayStation.
360?
Yeah, no, well, maybe.
Yeah, it was the Xbox 360. They dropped a brand new Turok in 2008.
That's the one I played.
If you bought the game, you got a free shirt with it. Did you
I
get a
didn't
free
get
shirt?
the free shirt.
Holy fuck!
They fucked me out of the
You
shirt.
got a free shirt because
I would still be wearing it today.
you'd probably be wearing it.
Actually,
for
my
this
fat
podcast.
ass couldn't fit in it. Well, maybe I've been losing weight since this challenge, but whatever. But yeah, so it was a game. It first originated with the Nintendo 64. It was a company called Acclaim. Now, what happened was this was actually a comic book series called Turok. And when Acclaim bought the publisher of these comic books, they basically took one of the properties that they now own, which was Turok, and made a game out of it. Then it was successful. I think it was probably one of the first-person shooters to hit 64. Because I think it came out before GoldenEye.
No.
Which one was the first?
It was GoldenEye, then it was Perfect Dark, and then
No,
Turok
those
comes.
came later. Perfect Dark definitely came later. GoldenEye, I'm not sure. But Turok, I know I looked it
what
up,
year-
and it said it was one of the first games that came out
What
with
year
the
did
64.
Turok come out?
That's a good
I
question.
know the GoldenEye movie came out in 1995. It was only right that in 97 when they dropped GoldenEye. Because I know when I played Turok, that was like in my whole craze of the first-person shooter. My like for GoldenEye and Perfect Dark made me want to play Turok, but it was more of like a primitive kind of game.
All right. Let's see. I think the first one was just Turok. It came out in 1997,
Which is the same time as GoldenEye.
February 28. GoldenEye, August 1997. Turok
What the
came
fuck?
first. Yeah, Turok came first. Yep.
Then why did we hear about GoldenEye before Turok? Is it
Because
of the
GoldenEye
movie?
was more popular. I think GoldenEye did. I think Turok was one of the first-person shooters for 64 that was big, but GoldenEye did multiplayer. I don't think Turok did a big multiplayer thing.
I don't think it did either.
And if it did, it wasn't as successful as GoldenEye.
But also, I do remember playing a first-person shooter game before Turok, which was something like Hexen. That was something. That's something we could look into another day. But Turok was just one of those games where it dropped. It's like you played a Native American who fights against dinosaurs, and it's like I'm on board for this.
Dinosaurs and people. I was watching some of the gameplay, and I think there was some people mixed in there. And from the game, do you know the storyline of the game? Because the movie doesn't take the storyline of the game at all.
No, not
I
at
think
all.
it pulls from one of the comics, because there's a comic series that is Son of Stone. So I'm assuming that's where the movie pulls from, but I never read the comics of it. But Acclaim bought that publication. I think it was the publishers of the comic book who owned the IP for it. And they went ahead and did the games. And then sometime after that, they came out with this fucking animated movie.
Right, I was aware of the comics.
Good.
I never get a chance to read it, and then when the game dropped, but it was way after when GoldenEye came out, and I realized I was in this whole first-person craze playing that.
Well, you probably played Turok after GoldenEye, but it came out before.
Way after
Yeah.
GoldenEye, I played it, and I got into it for a little bit, and for some reason, with my mind still thinking of, I really want to play GoldenEye. So, because I remember renting Turok from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And I had it for like a week, and it's just like, what? I got GoldenEye, so let me finish this up.
Yeah.
I just never, and then I know they dropped a second Turok game, and to me, Turok just faded into oblivion until way later in 2008, they decided, let's revamp Turok, let's bring it back. It just was not enough to bring me back.
Yeah. Well, when that game, I think you said 2008 was when that Turok game came for 360?
Yeah.
All right, that's when this movie dropped, too. I don't know if it was the same month or anything like that, but it was in 2008. That's what this animated movie was.
That's weird, because I know the new Turok game, they remodeled the character and everything, so he looks nothing like how he did in this animated movie.
Really? That's interesting. Yeah, because he looks like an Indian character, kind of similar to how it was in their early Turok games.
He had more of like a
and
mohawk.
in the comics.
And
Oh, okay.
he had more of like a mohawk, and it was like a darker. He looked more like a 5 o'clock shadow, a little more grizzled and everything. And I watched this, I'm like, this kind of reminds me of the Turok from the old N64 games.
Yeah. So, technically speaking, this movie is not based off a video game because the original source material is a comic, but that comic was owned by a video game, I guess, publisher. I think Acclaim was just a publisher, not necessarily a studio, not a developer. And so, inadvertently, that's it, because we're doing Kabuki Man, Sergeant Kabuki Man next, and that was just funded by Namco, not based off a game at all. But because it's funded by Namco, we're definitely doing that movie, Ryan.
So you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, you're fucking welcome. That's right. So anyways, getting to this movie. What do you have to say about this movie to start, man?
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
It had its... I mean, like, there was some decent action scenes in it. I'm not going to hate on that. And it was pretty violent.
A lot of blood.
Yeah, a lot of blood.
It would be.
Yeah, it was a bloody type of film. That's for sure. It was... I felt like they had a lot of stuff going on for this animated movie. Like, we see animated movies like DC and Marvel's doing. But the thing that I feel like helps those movies is the fact we have prior knowledge of these characters and this world and everything like that. So you can kind of dive right into a simple 70, 80-minute animated movie and go along for the ride much easier.
Yeah.
This movie, when you don't know nothing, it's a weird freaking movie because it's like you start off and they're Indians that are... well, in fact, I got to start here of where it all...
Seth, you might want to back it
You'll
up.
never catch me, Turok.
Yes, I will. Not before I do. I have you, Katori.
My hair clip.
All right, I'll stop it there.
You know, me not talking shit on Turok, but I just thought it was a little weird how, like, over the years, they dropped 2 Turok games, and then years later, they drop another Turok game for the 360, and it's like, hey, let's drop an animated movie. And I'm like, well, who are you appealing to here?
I don't know.
Because it seems like to me that if you know of the Turok lore, or if you played the games, or read the comics, this is for you. This is a little animated movie for you with all the blood, the violence, the gore, and the dinosaurs. For anybody who's just want to watch an animated movie, I would pass this up.
Yeah. Now, again, getting back to the first scene here, that was just an opening scene. Basically, they're Indians,
it was
Native Americans,
2 brothers and a girl,
two brothers, and a girl, and they're kind of playing for her affection. They're messing around. She loses her clip, which becomes a reoccurring thing in the movie, but really for no reason at all. And
for protection.
Yeah, but
why, I don't know.
Yeah, because it doesn't protect anybody. Like, I mean,
maybe it has a smell for perfume, and they just want that.
Well, let me break down the plot and stuff first, and then we'll get into the rest of this movie. So, all right, it starts off here, and they're young, and it's like Ryan just said, 2 brothers and a girl, and then in the middle of them playing, they get into a scuffle with, I guess, some other Indian tribe.
It's a rival Indian tribe.
Rival Indian tribe. They don't really say anything more. They don't even say it's that. It's just like, oh, these are some bad guys. And Turok ends up killing them, but inadvertently in his rage starts attacking his brother and almost kills him. So they kick him out the tribe. Then the movie just jumps 16 years later. That crew of people that Turok killed, well, his son grew up and is like, I want revenge. So then he comes and is like, I'm wiping everybody out of this Indian tribe that killed my dad. And women, children, everybody. He's like, I'm fucking everybody up. So they go through, and for some reason, now I don't know the time period of this, but somehow they have guns. So that's a thing. They have guns. And they overtake the tribe easily because you have guns against bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Back. Anyway, like I was saying, Indian tribe, they got guns somehow. They basically wipe everybody out.
Yeah,
Turok,
it never really explains like how they got these guns.
Yeah. Turok comes back to save him. Everybody's dead but the girl that he used to play with and her son. And they end up running or chasing the guy who, because everybody's dead too. I think his tribe of army is dead too. It's just him, Turok's girlfriend. What's the names here? So Turok, and then there's Katori, which I think is the girl that they were playing with in the beginning.
Which happens to be when they... It's weird because after that shit happens, they banish Turok for 16 years, and that woman gets with Turok's brother to have a son.
Yeah.
And then when that tribe goes to war with the rival tribe, the father is pretty much killed, and that's when she gives the little necklace, like, here for your protection. But he dies.
Yeah.
So it didn't mean shit.
No, he died.
So it makes you wonder, I'm like, what did Turok do for 16 years?
Yeah. No, they don't get into any of that at all. And then as they're chasing the guy, I think it's Neshoba?
Because just by the looks of him, I'm just like, wow, for 16 years, he probably did a lot of pull-ups and push-ups.
Yeah, he's
to get
pretty
that fucking ripped.
Yeah, he's pretty ripped.
And then it's like 16 years we banish you. We don't want to talk to you. We want nothing to do with you. Oh fuck, we need your help. Go get Turok. Then it's just like, Turok, I'm pretty much your nephew. We need your help. Turok just tells him to fuck off. It's fine. He goes back. He's like, Turok ain't gonna help. He's just, hey, we got this on our own. They all get slaughtered, and it's just like, go back and get fucking Turok. Go get him. And it's weird because
I don't even think they tell him that. Like the kid goes back, just like everybody's like dead. So instead of the guy's going to the village. So instead of running to the village to like save his mom and stuff, he's like, oh wait, let me go back to Turok who told me no, because maybe he'll say yes this time.
I thought it was weird. He goes to Turok. He's like, hey,
a guy he never met. Never knew. I guess maybe he heard stories from his dad, but that's not said.
And Turok's is like, I don't even know who you are. No, I'm not going to help you. Cool, but he's all calm and nice. He goes into battle, almost gets killed. Now he's huffing and puffing. He's just like, Turok. Turok turns around and goes, I know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, let me get my shit.
Yeah, okay, let's get in some shit. It's like, what?
Yep.
How the fuck did you know?
Yep. So from there, he chases the guy who has his girl, and well, not his girl. It was the young guy's mom.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember their names, but their names are
not really important.
Well, Katori. Right. Katori is the girl, and Andar is the young guy that's the son of Katori, who she had with Turok's brother. So
all that fighting for affection, he gets fucked, and the brother gets her by default.
Well, yeah, because he tried to kill the brother in the beginning. And so because he tried to kill the brother in the beginning, they banished him.
I mean, we're fighting over pussy here, so of course we're going to fight. I guess.
Well, he wasn't fighting them that hard over that. They were fighting because the bad guy, right. I think it's Neshoba, his dad was like basically like trying to, I guess, rape her. Because we have this scene here.
Trying to rape her?
Where they like see her and they're like, oh yeah. Oh wait, no.
Oh, so that's when that was going to come into play. Very, very well. I was kind of hoping Patrick Swayze.
So this whole movie ends up starting because of. That's basically it. Because now, as Turok, as you know from the games, if you know from the games and stuff, you're fighting dinosaurs. You're in this weird land. So that's not happened yet. I haven't gotten to that part yet. So we just got into this battle they had because 16 years ago. That happened, and Turok ended up raging out, getting into a fight, slaughtering everybody, and 16 years later, one of those guys, his son grows up to destroy Turok's old tribe. They get Turok to come help, everybody's dead, and so they're chasing this guy, and they end up just stumbling into the lost land. Like, that's it. So, okay. So they're in the lost land, and then you get that scene with the big ass fucking dinosaur that's supposed to be like a T-Rex, I guess, but it's like something different.
It's like a cross between a T-Rex and something retarded looking. I don't know. so you mean the T-Rex and Turok had a moment?
They definitely did. Because at the end of the movie, they like eye fuck each other for like 2 minutes, and they're just looking like, Yeah.
Well, if I was a T-Rex and Turok like grinding on the back of my neck like that, then yeah, I think I would feel the same way.
So, but that dinosaur is like chasing Turok and them. And this scene was crazy because to me, like,
That was crazy?
Typically, most movies you see, they're like chasing them, they're dodging a dinosaur, and then they crawl through this tree branch. And the dinosaur, this huge tree trunk thing, there's like a bridge between this little river. So they climb through it. They like duck into the trunk and like are going through the log. The dinosaur tries to go in the log with them. Okay.
Right.
So they get across, the log breaks, falls. So I'm thinking, oh, they're on the other side of the river. They're safe. Nope. The dinosaur jumps into the river and walks across and it goes after him.
What killed me was when the dinosaur walked across the... By the way, can we both agree that T-Rex was female?
It probably was.
I'm going to go with... because the entire time I couldn't help but think that the T-Rex was trying to get that Turok D.
Bro,
Because
it was chasing them hardcore. Because then it would chase them after that. They're running around the forest and stuff.
I don't know about you, but that shit made me laugh. After that dinosaur tried to go across the tree that when it was knocked over and it fell into the water, then it's just like, all right, that just bought us some time. We have to. And then the T-Rex popped out of the water. Just like, oh, fuck.
Oh, you know when they climbed up that tree? Yeah. Well, yeah, because that happens after. They go through the log, and then the dinosaur just jumps into the river and just, like, goes across. And then they, like, climb up a tree. Dinosaur just, like, jumps on the tree, and they're in the river. Then the dinosaur, then you think, oh, they're in the river. And then Nashubu, whatever the hell his name is.
Whatever fucking it is.
He comes running with his gun. He has guns. Like, and they don't explain any of this either. They don't explain why he has guns.
Right.
They don't explain this world they're in either. Like, the only explanation we get for this world is this scene here.
What is this place?
I've never been here before, and yet I feel that I know it. It must be the underworld.
Apparently it's the underworld. I didn't know the underworld had dinosaurs, T-Rexes, big monster things. Like, I mean, I don't know. But then again, I don't know Native American like lore, religious beliefs,
a little bit
or anything
far-fetched,
like that.
But I'm watching this movie thinking, kind of reminds me of Pocahontas, just a little bit.
I don't know, man. Nah, this had nothing
Because
to
of
do
the
with
muskets, because of the white man.
There was no white man in this movie. Where was the white man in this movie?
Turok was a little bit of the white man.
Turok was not the white man. There was no white man in this movie.
They banished him.
There wasn't even any white man in the cast of people who did the voices.
Are you sure?
I'm pulling it up right now, matter of fact, because I have it right here.
I'm sure Cree Summers was not Indian.
Nope. No white man.
Even the guy that played Vega.
He's not white.
He's not a Native American.
I didn't say they were all Native Americans. Mm-hmm. I just said that they're not white. They're definitely not white.
I'm just thinking about the Disney movie Pocahontas. I'm just like, with the muskets and all that. I'm like, oh, Turok's falling.
Yeah, but I mean that came from a place where, like, first of all, there really was no love story here, right? Because like in the beginning they played that up with the two brothers kind of fighting over the girl.
Right.
Well, a little bit, but not really, because he doesn't end up. In fact, after Turok becomes an adult,
not end up with her at all.
Well, not only that, he barely has any lines of dialogue with her. In fact, I thought he was going to hook up with that chief priestess that was running the show.
So much for that.
They had more stuff going between them until she died. Yeah. So, but anyways, getting back to the main.
But what about the scene when before they actually go into the Forbidden Land, when they're just outside with their horses and all fighting, just randomly? Because I know I was kind of into the whole fight. All of a sudden, big ass bird comes out and decapitates a fucking horse.
Well, that was after the whole fight, right? That was right before they got into the Lost Land.
Exactly.
They were getting in there, and he had a knife to the girl's neck.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, a big ass bird comes out and then just bites off this horse's neck.
Yeah, what the
head
fuck?
falls, and I was like, and then later on in the movie, The new Indian tribe he finds, they're riding them. They're like
all
pets.
those big-ass birds.
Yeah, they're just all riding these birds like horses.
I'm thinking if I'm Turok or if I'm Andor, I'd be like, oh my god, you got one of these big fucking birds. And it's just like, oh no, worry, we ride these things.
Hold
and
on,
it's like,
let me explain the tribe right quick. So, after Turok's been chased by the dinosaur, they fall off after a long scene between this dinosaur chasing Turok and his friend from childhood, the girl Katori, and her son Andar. They're running from the dinosaur. They fall in the waterfall. Then they fight another big sea creature dinosaur. Turok stabs him till another bigger sea creature dinosaur eats the smaller sea creature dinosaur.
Long neck.
Yeah, they call him Long Neck. Turok and them get to shore after that, and they run into the Indian tribe. Now, there's another thing that's weird here, because this Indian tribe has like similar imaging like they do. They even make a comment about it in the movie.
The similar symbols.
The symbols on the side of their cheeks. They do like this kind of war paint stuff on the side of their cheek. And this tribe that comes and finds them after they get done this water dinosaur battle takes them in, and they have these similar tribes, and they make a comment about it. They even talk about it like, oh, they have similar signs than us. Do not talk about it at all. And even there's this one thing here about the tribe where in the beginning of the movie, when Turok gets kicked out, he's told this by the elder.
From blood follows blood.
So when they meet the new tribe, one of the members of the tribe says this.
It is like the father said, blood follows blood.
The music that goes along with that. Is that why?
But it sounds like that tribe has some link to his old tribe.
Is that why they?
But they never address it. It's never talked about in the movie.
Right, because I know later on she says, I don't know what it is, but you belong here.
Yeah, and he says that too in the underworld scene I just played. He's like, I don't know, but I have never been here before, but it feels like I have. This is the underworld. So I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so they have all these like pieces in place to be like, oh, this is like a lost tribe, or maybe the grandfather, like this was something. No, we don't talk about any of that. None of that comes up. None of that's discussed. Yeah. And I'm assuming because they probably only wanted to keep... I mean, animation, I think, takes a long time to do. Right. And with animated movies, I don't think you're really going to do 2-hour movies. And with these straight-to-DVD, which I think this is a straight-to-DVD movie. This did not come to theaters.
It was.
Yeah. So with a movie like this, you only got 80 minutes.
I seriously think this whole thing would have really made sense if, like, maybe this was like an animated series.
Now, from the games, games you played, did any of this have anything to do with any of the games?
Not really.
Yeah. So if you had prior knowledge from the games, wouldn't have helped you understand this movie anymore. No, because they don't explain what this world is. They're just like, oh, it's the underworld. And they say it a few times. Like, oh, it's the underworld, but not really the underworld. Because Andar's like, well, maybe my dad's here. And they're like, no, your dad's not here. No, you're not here. So they find this tribe. In the meantime, while they're finding this tribe that might be some other lost tribe or something like that from their original tribe, Nashuba, I think that's his name.
The antagonist? The
antagonist, the guy whose dad Turok killed 16 years ago, who grew up to try and kill Turok and his tribe. Right. He finds these, like, I guess, cannibal people? Like these, like kind of monstrous people. They're like big people with, like, sharp teeth.
Where they evolved into more, like, monstrous...
I guess they're basically like zombies, but not zombies, because it's like you can't kill them unless you shoot them in the head.
Kind of like that movie, Time Machine.
Yeah,
where they're pretty much evolved into more like this monstrous, cannibalistic kind of.
I guess
creatures.
Like ape-like or something, like more like that.
More Neanderthal.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they spoke no language. They just grunt at each other. But if they saw a symbol. If you talked to them, they didn't understand. But if you drew a symbol on the wall, then he knew what you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. He does that. But so he finds these people, and he ends up being king of the tribe because the king comes out.
He kills
because he has guns.
Right.
Because he still has like guns. That's a thing with him. He has like pistols and like rifles. Like he has guns.
He has the power.
Yeah. So and like I said, these people are like zombies because he'll shoot them in the body, and later on they have a fight with the tribe that Turok's at, and they'll shoot them with arrows in their like chest and stuff. No problem. Once you shoot them in the head, they're dead. It's like zombie creatures.
Right, they're like zombies where you can do anything you want to their body. It does nothing. It's when you kill the brain is what stops
I thought this scene was funny because he's with these people, these like kind of monster people. They can't really talk. He's ruling them now because he killed their leader.
Is that when he's asking them questions and they're all like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, this is he gets convinced to eat a horse.
I do not eat horse. Not bad.
So like,
Is that really a horse he was eating?
Yeah, because that's what he just says in the beginning. He's like, "No, thank you, I don't eat horse."
No, I only asked because
she's just like, just does all these like grunts, and it's like, "All right, I'll eat the horse." And then he's like, "No, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good."
Right, because I'm at that point I was confused. Is that when him and that grunting woman locked eyes?
Yep.
Then they fucked?
No, that didn't happen. But it probably did.
In my mind, it did. No, because he said, "Oh, the horse is good." I'm thinking, "Oh, it's a horse," and then it pans off into a corpse. I'm
But you know what? It's funny. I guess
am I
it's the horse.
convinced? Am I convinced that he was actually eating a corpse?
Well, I'm assuming it's the corpse of the horse that they just killed and ate. So, and it's weird too because that scene happens for no reason. And then, like, the screen pans off and then comes back to the same scene with him in the king's chair. And he's like, "Where are people that look like me?" And that's when he does the painting, the war paint thing.
Right.
And he's like, "Do
Nobody
you know this sign?"
Nobody understands.
No, that's all like just what happened earlier when he was convinced to eat the horse.
Yeah,
This woman just...
Because I want to say the guy was trying to touch him like, "I don't understand."
And he shot him.
He shot him in the head and he goes, "Does anybody know what I'm understanding?"
Yeah.
And then he just wrote it, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
So really, it's like I didn't have to kill anybody.
Yep. And so then they cut back, and you see Turok, and like he's trying to get along with these new people, and these like tribe that's like maybe some offshoot of his tribe, but whatever. And they're like, "Well, if you could get us something to eat, we'll be cool with you. Basically, go get this egg." It's a pterodactyl.
I don't remember in the Turok games.
Yeah, it's a pterodactyl egg. So he climbs up a mountain. There's a little fight scene with the pterodactyl. Well, a couple pterodactyls, actually.
It's like two of them.
Yeah. And, which, I mean, the fight scenes were okay, but it was kind of hilarious because he, like... All right, a couple things about the fight scene, okay? So he jumps on a pterodactyl, wrestles it, they fly in the air and all this stuff. He crashes it down into the ground, and with his bare hands, he snaps the pterodactyl's neck.
What gets me is when Andor tries to help him and say, "Hey, we got to get to him."
It's like, no.
The guy looks at me and goes, "No, this is his test." I'm sitting there like, is this what he does on a regular basis is fight pterodactyls?
I don't know.
It's like, I just fought like 5 pterodactyls yesterday. That was my test. This is his.
He's only got 2. He's lucky.
Yeah, he's good. You don't fucking
Yeah,
interfere.
he's lucky. I wish I only had 2, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then he snaps his neck, lands down.
Oh,
all
yeah,
of a
with
sudden-
his bare hands. He, like, snaps his neck like you do a human. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I guess that works for a pterodactyl, but goddamn.
Right, he snaps his neck, and you're like, fuck, he killed him.
Yeah.
And you realize, wait, he's bleeding from the midsection. At what point did
Oh, he was like that the whole time because I think he got scratched by the sea creature or something when they were fighting earlier. because I didn't really catch it either. I watched the movie twice. I don't remember where he got scratched. It was from the T-Rex, or it was from the sea creature.
It was from the sea creature when he was in the water.
Oh,
He gets
okay.
Scratched.
So that, I guess, gets kind of ripped open and fighting the pterodactyl.
At what point?
But what about the sea creature when he's fighting the sea creature and he's underwater and he pulls out his bow and arrow and is firing bows
in the
underwater?
water?
Like, how the fuck are you doing that, man?
Like, holy shit. 16 years of doing that shit. and
You couldn't even shoot like a gun underwater like that. Like you could, like maybe you would fire, but it would definitely not go straight. He's shooting arrows underwater and just straight, boom, hitting right there. It's like, goddamn.
Then again, have you seen Turok? 16 years of cardio.
Yeah, I think
That shit will fucking do
16 years he was out. He was banished from his place, and he was just like push-ups, chin-ups,
What?
sit-ups. Like, I'm waiting for this moment when they ask me
16
back.
fucking years. They could have easily did a montage.
Yeah, well, they did do a couple of montages in this movie. Like after the pterodactyl scene, and he gets the egg. Cut to montage of like them just like, oh, they're cool with the tribe. Everybody's good, and it's like this. Oh, you're supposed to care about everybody, but we're not going to spend time.
The young hot chick that was there, and she's just like, he kind of looks like me. So yeah, I can fall in love with him.
So like, there's this montage scene of that, and then there's this like funny. This scene again. No real substance. It's just kind of stupid. But they have this scene where like there's a party, everybody's having fun, and Turok's like by himself.
Because Turok gives no fucks.
Yeah.
Why are you standing here alone?
Why are you hiding behind a mask?
I only want to know why you are here alone in the dark.
It is where I belong.
And you say I am hiding.
What he means to say is Turok gives no fucks.
I'm only saying, why are you hiding in the dark?
Don't be a douche, Turok.
Come on, Turok. Don't be an ass. I'm just asking, why are you in the dark, man? Right. So this mysterious person with a mask, like, again, I don't understand what the fuck this was about. So he sees him a couple of times, and then there's a scene later when he's being tortured that like he has like he like zones out and he sees him.
I'm sorry, Seth, but what about that pterodactyl egg they were eating? How big was that fucking yolk?
Oh my god! The yolk could have fed the tribe twice.
Holy
there was like so much.
They
fucking
were eating
yolk.
on leaves and just like
He's just taking yolk and throwing it like that's a big fuck. I mean, it's a dinosaur egg, so I guess it's big. But come on, man.
Is that all they were eating?
I guess
they could have ate the fucking pterodactyl. They killed it.
A lot of fucking protein.
Turok killed it. You see the
everybody's got high cholesterol.
You see the bad tribe that's like eating horses and fucking other Native Americans, and then you see this tribe just like, nope, we're on an egg protein diet.
Yeah, pterodactyl egg.
Yeah,
they're good.
Eat the fucking pterodactyl.
Because like they're in the party, they're like roasting the egg from the bottom. There's like a little fire in the bottom. And then they like crack the egg open and just scooping out egg chunks and feeding everybody like egg. And it's
how
like
many
one
fucking
egg.
How many fucking people in those tribe sharing that one fucking egg?
And the show Andar and that girl have a thing together. Like he gets 2 scoops.
He gets 2 fucking scoops for being Andor.
Yeah.
They're like, you're cute. Here's 2 fucking scoops.
Yep. Well, she was kind of a dick in the whole movie. He just kept getting in the way of everything. He's like, no, I want to help. Oh, wait, I've ruined everything. No, I want to help still. Oh, no, you're just in the way again. Yeah, that fucking guy. Yeah. But, so after they're all chummy, it ends up, Nashuba finds the grunting monster people. They actually did know where that sign came from, and I guess they just show them where they're hanging out at. And so he does like this secret ops Metal Gear style, sneaking in and like snapping everybody's neck and like stabbing them and shit.
You know, Turok did warn them, said, hey, we don't belong here. And
yeah, he
like,
was actually about to leave.
And she's like, no, it's fine. You can stay here. It's like, no, we will bring death upon
so the
you.
leader of the tribe is this chick, and like she's kind of like there's more vibes between her and Turok than there is between the girl that he had known and liked when he was younger and then is back with now. Like, it almost feels like, okay, maybe it's played up to like maybe there's supposed to be a thing, but there's no
Like,
scenes
it
or
should have been a
no
thing, but-
but there was no scenes or no build up or nothing.
Especially when she hands over her medallion that she did to her husband.
Yeah,
and said,
well, it made her an unimportant character. She could have died and we'd have been fine. And we just needed him in Andor. She didn't really play a part at all.
No, what got me was when she handed that medallion to her husband and said, "This should bring you protection." He gets murked. So later on, she goes, "This should bring you protection." Turok should have looked at that shit and said, "Fuck no." He should have threw that shit on the ground and goes, "I know what happened to my brother. No. No, fuck that."
Fuck that. So,
But I don't know the leader of the tribe's name, the female.
Shula. Oh, no, the girl? No.
But I've been calling her Elmira the
Elmira.
entire time because it's actually voiced by Cree Summers, who was the voice of Elmira from Tiny Toons and Foxy Love from Drawn Together. So when I heard that voice, I was thinking, oh, that's Elmira. So every time they said her name, I'm like, you address her as Elmira.
Yeah, you say her real name.
I don't give a fuck.
Which is not her real name, but still her real name.
It's Elmira.
It's Elmira.
I'll call it to her face.
So we get the guy sneak attack in, and he's like killing a bunch of people, like the guards, the watchmen, and stuff.
Which was pretty solid snake, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. And then it becomes like a big fight in there. And all the big monster people, which there's a lot of them. I don't know how they're eating. I guess they're just eating a bunch of dinosaurs, but whatever. They come in and they just fucking everybody up. I mean, these dudes are like picking up some of the tribes people and like ripping them in half with their bare hands.
Was that a child?
Yeah,
Who did that too?
I don't think so.
It went to a shadow, and I'm just like, holy shit.
I don't think he did it to a child. I think it was a person. I think it was like an adult guy. But there was a scene where I thought he was about to kill a child, but I don't think they did that. There was like some guy stepped in the way and he like picked him up and ripped him in half with his bare hands.
That shit was nuts.
And like Turok was like trying to shoot him with arrows. He's like, "How do you kill them?" And it's like zombies, shoot him in the head. And like he shot him in the head and boop, they were dead. So they end up fighting with them and they kind of are able to push back and like it ends up with I guess a climactic scene.
What was that character's name? Bobo?
No, Coda, I think his name was. What are you talking about?
The guy who was on the bridge.
Yeah, I think it's Coda.
Was it Coda?
I think so. I'm gonna pull up his name.
I
Right quick.
think his name was Bobo.
No, his name was Koba. Koba. And you know who that was? The guy. It was Jay Tavari. That's who played Vega in Street Fighter.
Him?
Yes.
I thought it was Turok.
No, that guy was Adam Beach.
I've been deceived this entire fucking time.
Let's see,
I
Adam.
was thinking Vega was Turok. I thought that's why we were watching this fucking movie.
No, well, he is, but he's not Turok. He's in the Turok movie. That's how. How I found it. That's how I found about the movie.
I mean, it makes sense because since Vega didn't have much of a speaking line in the Street Fighter movie.
Oh, Adam Beach. He is Slipknot in the Suicide Squad movie.
What?
So Turok is Slipknot in the Suicide Squad movie.
With that 5-second fucking scene he
His
had?
head blows up.
What the fuck? That was Turok.
That was Turok.
God damn it.
Yep, he did. He did a couple movies. He was in Cowboys and Aliens. You remember that movie there with Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
And
wait. Was he?
yeah, he was the Indian friend of Harrison Ford.
No. What I was going to ask was,
whatever.
Was he the Indian in Joe Dirt?
He might have been. Let me see. I could pull up his. I'm gonna pull him up right quick. Let's see. Boo, 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 do, do, do.
God, I can't remember his fucking name. I just can't remember what Joe Dirt would say. You'll go from this name to kicking ass.
Let's see. His movies. He's done a lot of movies. I know I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Yeah, he was Joe Dirt. That was him and Joe Dirt.
What was his name?
And Joe Dirt?
Yes.
Let's see if they have it. Sometimes they don't have Kickin' Wayne.
Kickin' Wayne.
Yeah,
that was his name. He's just like shove an M80 up a bullfrog's ass. I would never do that. I want to be a veterinarian. Good, you can do that. You'll be from kicking wing to kicking ass. Holy fuck, that was him.
Yep, that and Suicide Squad. There you go. That's him.
Fuck that movie.
Yep. So, anyways, so they push back the bad guys, but Turok decides to try and hunt them down.
But he was a cool character. He was a really cool character. Kicking wing.
Oh yeah.
Played. He was not kicking wing. Fuck Vega. I'm sorry, I'm getting them mixed.
Koba, you talking about?
Koba.
Yeah, okay.
Koba was killing them left and right.
Yeah, he was like fighting
Holy
them all.
shit.
He was like up there with like Turok, just fighting back the big monsters and everything. And he was on that bridge fucking them up. He was getting overtaken.
He should have did a fucking backflip and got off that fucking bridge. And and Elmira was just like, we can't cut the bridge because he's on it.
And Turok was like, fuck that shit, I'll kill him.
and then Koba turned around and looked at Turok and gave him that bro look.
Yeah, like,
and
you can kill
like,
me.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's all good.
I know.
Bros for life.
Yeah.
And Turok's just like, do it.
Yeah, and he cut the bridge, and it stopped all the people from being able to get across to where Turok and his tribe of people were at. So Turok decides to go hunt him down. In the process, he gets kidnapped and tortured, and that's where we get that torture scene. And come to find out, that guy in the mask who's like, just wondering why you're alone in the dark. That's like his dead brother or something that he's like seen in like in a dream. It's like a dream that he's like hallucinating him.
Is that even though he never thinks about his brother the entire time, other than when he sees him die?
Yeah.
To kind of the beginning of the movie, and then later on it's addressed that I see my dead brother.
Yeah.
It's like, where did that? What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it had no purpose. Like, I mean, I guess they tried to say like, oh well, his dead brother helped him get through the torture. I don't know, but he ends up after he's done getting tortured, he because okay,
what should have helped him was his dead brother's wife, that red piece of poo.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she didn't play a part at all. Nothing. She even gave him the little thing, and it's like nobody gives a shit.
what a fucking tease.
Yeah.
Other than that, if she would have given him the thing, I would have just threw it down.
That
and be
little,
like, no.
whatever it is, the little badge or the little clip thing.
I would have gave it back.
That she lost in the beginning of the movie. They were fighting for. That clip thing is really what started this whole thing, because she lost it. It went down the river, and that other Indian tribe found it, and they like basically were like, and wanted
we should
to
have called Turok son of that fucking necklace.
Well, yeah, because the Son of Stone, I don't know where that comes from. It's not a nobody says anything about any type of stone, Son of Stone.
It's about that necklace.
Yeah, and it's not the stone. And it's not even about the necklace. Like, it's just kind of a piece in there that never gets played right. Like, there's no... Like, it's supposed to be one of those kind of, I guess, emotional attachment things, but it doesn't do shit. And so he gets out the torture, but they threaten to kill Andar, because Andar's dumbass decides to follow Turok and gets captured too.
Which I don't know how he fucking finds him.
Yeah, whatever. They just found him. It was like a montage scene of Turok like hiding around following him, and then a big creature jumps down and whacks Turok. And he wakes up and he's tied up being tortured.
Yeah, he fought a bunch of those motherfuckers. How did one of them just get the
and the main bad, Nashuba, is like cutting him and torturing him, but Turok's not going to tell where.
Cut him? He stuck his fucking hand into his chest.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Because Turok, he wants Turok to tell him where the other people are at. Because
he's like, thank God for all these goddamn push-ups.
Because after the Indian tribe fought off the people, they're like, we're getting the fuck out of here, and we're going to move over here. So they told Turok where they were going. They're moving, while Turok hunts down them. Turok ain't going to tell them, but then they find Andar, and they're like, okay, we're going to kill him if you don't tell us. So he tells them. They leave to go kill all of the other Indian tribe, and Turok breaks free, beats their asses, the two little monster people that are there.
What gets me is he has his plan to break free, but it just seems so easy with the shackles that he had.
Yeah.
Why did he break free earlier?
Oh, and these monster people, I'm calling them that because they're not given a name. They're not called anything. They're just people with sharp teeth. They look like cannibals. They're like some mid-evolution.
Because he's been tied to that same post the entire time.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you break free earlier?
That's a good question. Like, he finally starts scraping the thing that's holding him there, and he's finally able to break free. Don't understand why he didn't do that earlier. Don't understand why he didn't do that to beat Neshuba, like, way earlier.
I understand he's so big and he's so ripped. He's like, this is a power nap I'm taking right now. And when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and break fucking free. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get you, bro. I know you lift, but shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, so he finally breaks free against these. Again, don't know the name of them. They're never said. They're just these monster people. And he kills them. And to catch up to Neshuba and fight him with all his army of monster people going to kill the tribe, he goes after that dinosaur again that was chasing him for so long. That big T-Rex thing.
That wanted that D?
Yeah, and simply just does like a wall run, jumps on the dinosaur, and like
makes that dinosaur his bitch.
Exactly. And then rides it like a goddamn horse. And they come in and basically save the day. They kill everybody. Everything's done. Everybody's saved. And they're like, Turok, come live with us. And he's like, no, I live alone.
So it's like, how does that dinosaur feel about Turok riding?
Well, they have that scene right after that where him and the dinosaur kill everybody. And the dinosaur's going to eat. Wait, Ryan, just say what you need to say. It's okay.
I don't know. I'm talking about the dinosaur and Turok, and I keep thinking about your hungry eyes.
Oh, yeah, that. You don't have to whisper.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I thought I'd tell you centrally.
But, yeah, so they do that. So they're staring at each other. That happens. And
It's like Turok nods at the dinosaur, and the dinosaur has a complete understanding, like, I guess you're not going to give me that D, so I guess I'll go hunt all these other damn monsters.
So, the dinosaur runs off. And then that's the end of it. Getting through this movie, breaking it down this way, like, nothing's explained. We don't know where the tribe comes from. They're set up there to be like this cool, interesting story of maybe these lost people from some time with the grand. That doesn't get played up at all. Nothing about the land. Like, what is this place? Oh, it's just the underworld. Nothing more explained. Like, there's dinosaurs and shit. Like, all this kind of crazy shit. Nothing explained.
All right.
Nothing done. I think this movie could have had a lot more fun, but it just didn't. And there's like...
It seemed very forced as far as, hey, we just dropped a new Turok game for Xbox 360 in the year 2008. Let's drop an anime with it.
Well, I mean, they had to be planning to do this animated movie. They had to have it planned maybe like
of
a few
course.
years before. So I don't know if they were planning the game at the same time because there's nothing to do with each other. Nothing at all. So I'm assuming it was just like maybe because when did the second Turok movie come out? Game came out like around 2002.
The second game?
Seed of Evil.
That was for N64.
Okay.
So it had to be at least.
No, I think there's Evolution. There's a third game. There's actually 4 games.
What?
Yeah.
God, I guess I really didn't pay attention to all that.
No, it's just.
I just remember 2 games. I don't remember a third or fourth game.
Yeah, I think there's about 4 games. Let me see if I can pull this up. But I think there's about 4 games, and I think one of the games came out. It came out, Turok Evolution. Let's see, that game, Acclaim. When did that come out? August 2002.
Shit.
So I'm wondering if this game was the game, and it came out for the PlayStation 3.
I don't remember that.
I think so. Yeah, that looks like PlayStation 3, right? And this one even has the Son of Stone kind of image almost. Like some of the imaging I've seen for the Son of Stone is kind of
what year
similar.
was that?
Now this was 2002.
Are you sure? There's no way.
Yeah, that's right, huh?
That's 2008.
This must be a remake. This must be a remake for PlayStation 3. I'm just seeing an image.
Yeah, because it was for Xbox
because PlayStation
360.
3 came out, 2006?
It was at least 2007 is when Xbox 360 dropped. They dropped like in September before PS3 did.
Yeah. Yeah, so it might have been 2008 when the PlayStation 3 came out. So this is PlayStation 3, but it's saying the initial release date was 2002.
The initial
August
release date,
28.
it never did release.
Maybe.
It waited.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just a simple Google search. I never heard of this game, but there's gameplay and stuff. In fact, I mean, this game got a 70% like metric rating.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was bad. It was just they dropped a Turok game, and a lot of people who was playing it were old Turok fans, and some of them were just like, I never heard of this shit before.
But I'm assuming with that game in 2002, that might have been when they started the movie. I mean, and it takes a couple years for an animated movie to come out,
Which is true.
and it's straight to DVD. So I don't know what the purpose of this movie was. It just wasn't good.
I guess it was to kind of try and bring back the old Turok fans, because I know
Because I can't see them having many comic book fans. I don't think anybody knew. Did you know this was a comic book before?
Yes.
Okay. Did you read any of it?
That's like saying, hey, did you know that Men in Black was a comic before?
I heard that, but yeah.
It was by Marvel.
Yeah.
Or like Howard the Duck. Did you know that was a comic before?
I knew Howard the Duck. I didn't know. I heard about Men in Black. I've never read it. I didn't know it at the time, but I heard about it being a comic.
Just imagine Agent J is actually a blonde white guy.
Of course.
Go for it. Yeah, it was a comic, and then it dropped it into a game, and then after N64 kind of just went away, it just faded into obscurity, and then years went by, and out of the blue, Turok Evolution. I'd say, I'm not saying this movie was terrible. It wasn't awful. It really needed to get its shit together.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well,
But it really was.
what I said before, this movie could have probably helped if they actually based it somewhat off the game. I think more people were familiar with the game,
just like Dead Space, right?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like if I jump into a Batman movie, and if Superman pops up or Green Lantern pops up, or we're in some other world or some other place, as a comic fan, I have prior knowledge to what's going on. Now, maybe they were aiming this at Turok comic book fans. I can't imagine why.
But
because the game,
the comic book ended a long time ago.
yeah, and the game have much more people know about the game than they do about the comic.
Of course.
Definitely. And you might know about the comic, but you probably haven't really read it. You played the game. So this movie, basing it off a comic, but it's like nothing's explained, nothing's known. Like there's no reason for anything. There's a couple of things that are threaded through that are like could be interesting that are not followed through.
Right.
There's this thing with the girl in her clip, and it's played up the whole movie to no importance.
It's a fucking death wish.
He starts seeing his brother in a mask way towards the end of the movie. No purpose whatsoever. It's just thrown in there. It's just a bunch of shit. Like they could have cut some fat here and then focused more. This whole thing about this guy with guns coming to chase him, they could have did away with that. It would have been just a good enough movie, them going into this world of dinosaurs and trying to survive and maybe helping the tribe against these monster people. And then maybe it would be cool to discover like some kind of ancient temple or some ancient ruins, because that's part of the game from what I've seen, where you find these different things. Maybe there is a stone that they talk about, or it has some importance.
But you never fucking see it.
There's no Son of Stone. Nothing in this movie. It's just like... this movie could have been done without going into the dinosaur world, because all it was a guy with a grudge coming to get revenge.
Right.
You could have did that movie and not gone into a dinosaur world.
Which honestly, I agree, but it just seemed like we need to throw this out
because it's Turok, because it's the
Right.
game. He's got to fight dinosaurs. Here you go.
It's like we're trying to appeal to all the Turok fans that read the comics, have played the N64 games, we want to remind you of Turok.
Yeah.
And this is what it was.
Yeah.
And years later, you're watching it now like, what the fuck is Turok?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
And why do I care at this point?
Well,
You don't.
even if you were a huge fan of the game, you'll come to this movie and probably not like, what?
Kind of disappointed a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, because I mean, Turok doesn't use any guns. That's a big staple of the game. He does have like a bow and arrow and stuff, but he also has like guns and shit, and he's like shooting dinosaurs and shit like that.
And he's fighting shit with his bare hands.
Yeah, which he does do that in the movie. He snaps a pterodactyl's neck with his bare hands like that. So there are some decent, and look, some of the action scenes and stuff. Not bad for an animated movie. Not bad for an animated movie back in 2008. It's gory, violent. The fight scenes are okay. Like him fighting the dinosaur and stuff is kind of interesting. But at the same time, there's no weight. Like, I have no attachment to any of these characters.
What's the purpose?
I don't care about any of these characters. And it's just like some shit happening. Okay. It's kind of boring. The pacing of it is weird. And like, just because we're talking about this, let's go ahead and get into the rating of this movie. How many lives did we lose? And I'm gonna say I lost probably about. I'm gonna go 4. There's some redeeming qualities. I mean, there was some decent fight stuff. You know, gritty, violent stuff. The dinosaur stuff was okay. But there was no story, no plot. I mean, you will definitely fall asleep in this movie, I think, unless you just really just find something interesting about it. But I don't think it had much to do with the game. Maybe it has something to do with the comic. I never read the comic, so I mean, I can't give it shit on that. But I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. 5 lives lost. Yeah, I don't care for this movie. That's probably why it's on YouTube right now. You can watch it for free.
It's weird that you say that because I actually did fall asleep through this movie.
I did too.
But I'm going to go ahead and be more lenient towards it and say I lost 3 lives instead.
Okay.
Only because, I didn't think this was the best. And I'm sure this is not the worst that we're going to see. And it's not the best that we're going to fucking see. But as far as Turok goes, it was nostalgia to me. Because I did play the games. I did read a little bit about the comics. And to me, I just kept saying to myself, when am I going to see more Turok? I want more Turok because if this franchise is going to survive, they really need to bring something out. And then finally, they dropped this anime, and I totally forgot about it until we were doing this podcast. He said, hey, we have to do this. So when I watched it, I was just like, why did I care about this in the first place? I don't remember. But I guess it was just growing up and playing the games and reading the comics, it was nice to see something on Turok. Because there's really nothing else other than 3 games, some comics, and an anime.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me appreciate Turok just a little bit more than what I did. Still not good, still not awful. It's not Legend of Chun-Li awful. But
Yeah, I don't think it was Legend of Chun-Li awful. That's still been the staple of the worst movie.
the anime could have been better. I can agree on that. They could have actually did something with this other than here it is, here's some Turok shit, eat it up, suck my dick.
Yep.
But it's
Then now, I'm gonna go over some of these. There's a couple scenes, not much, that I had cut that I was gonna get into that I thought were kind of funny or just silly and stupid.
Right.
Here's one of them when they're falling off the waterfall and they're floating along the river. They got away from the T-Rex finally, and they hear this before, and this is when right before they're about to fight the underwater sea creature.
Was that you?
No.
Really?
at first I was just like, did they think that's a fart?
Yeah, that's what. Is that? Do you think it's a fart? Do you think she's hungry? Like, that's a huge, loud roar,
Right.
and then you're like, "Is that you?" Like, I guess it's their attempt at humor, but it's like,
Yeah, it's weird because they look at the woman and it's like, is that you?
Yep. Here's
Because women fart that loud.
I guess
right,
so.
Tina?
Tina definitely does. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
sitting right here, and she definitely
Yeah.
farts as loud as sea creature dinosaurs that are coming out of the water, going.
All the listeners out there, Tina was shocked for 2 seconds, and then she nodded her head like, yeah.
Here's another scene. I thought this was funny
Sorry, Tina.
because I could just imagine the voice actor. Just like imagine like, okay, we need you to come in and we need you to record this. Just all those sighs. And then the steps.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, we need you to...
Pizza.
Sapinta. That's the name of the leader of the new tribe that's in this lost dinosaur world. Sapinta.
Oh, that makes sense because I really didn't give a shit. I'm like, what are they trying to record here? Like, we need you to run around barefoot. That's possible.
Well, I'm assuming they probably got some like sound effect things who was just going click, 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 and it just entered them in there. But the girl,
they're like, Steve, can you try that again?
But that scene, the girl's running, and so when she's running, she's like in tandem with her running, and I could just imagine, all right, you're running, so go ahead in the microphone and just start breathing. Good.
Excuse me, is that sandals you're wearing? We need you to take those off. We need barefoot action here.
Yeah.
Try it again, please.
Yeah, and I think that's about it for all the drops. There wasn't much. Oh, here's one. This was in the beginning when he cut when Turok cut his brother, and they were trying to work on him. They had the little priest guy in the tribe. He was praying
Like a shaman.
It was just like this little scene of him praying and just like, and it just sounded like mumble jumbo, like another one of like, all right, you're gonna be doing an ancient prayer in the mic, so stand there and just say some stuff.
Well, that's Native American prayer, like a shaman.
It might be, but I don't think that's a language. Like I think he's doing
but-
mumbo
but-
jumbo.
but
Maybe
at
I'm
the same
wrong,
time-
and that's some Native American tongue, and I apologize. But
it's fine. At the same time, listening to it sounds like he was jerking him off.
he was like,
We're gonna need more Kleenex for this.
okay, and this is the other one. They're arguing whether they should kick Turok out. I thought this was kind of like just like what? Like he makes a point about like why should we kick Turok out when like the animals do this? It's just a part of nature. Like look,
Turok's brother lives. I will forgive him. Those men were our enemies.
Enemies or no, their brothers and sons will not forgive. We will pay a price for the men your son killed.
Do we question when the hawk kills or the wolf kills? This is the way of the land.
so are they just like his point is basically like, oh, animals kill animals. So if Turok like killed a bunch of people, like, hey, that's just how it is.
Yeah, because it seemed like it was like a 3
And he almost
against
killed his
one.
brother. Yeah, and he like
It was
killed
3
him.
against 1. Just like
Now, granted, they were fucking with Turok, but then they're like, but this is funny too because their point is like, well, we don't know what terrors he brought on us. Like their people come kill us. Okay, these guys are old.
right.
Jump 16 years later, and that's when they get it back. 16 years later. Those guys are probably dead now by then, so it's like, you know,
Yeah, what the fuck
whatever.
does it
like, and then it was just such a, like, a stupid fight. And then, like, the old father comes out, and he's like, that's when we get the...
From blood follows blood.
And, like, Turok, blood follows blood. Like, they say that about 5 times, 6 times in the movie. Blood follows blood. And that, too, is like, what does that even mean? What are you talking about? Like, I get what it's supposed to mean, but it just like
Doesn't really elaborate on it.
No, it's just kind of like blood follows blood. Like
In a funny sense, when they were talking about should we banish Turok, and they're just like, I was like, look at his lats. There's this thing. He lives, bro. We should get rid of him.
Well, he didn't have that yet. That was before the 16 years.
I don't know. As fucking kids, they were ripped to shit.
Oh, yeah, they always ripped this shit. So I guess you live in the wilderness, though, you're probably going to be ripped to shit. There's not too many fat people that are living off of nuts and berries and whatever meat they can gather from hunting.
It's like, you shall eat nothing but nuts and berries and L-glutamine.
They'd be
and
ripped
taurine.
as fuck.
and beta alkaline.
Here's these steroids.
From the water, you will have creatine monohydrate.
Creatine in the water. Yeah, that's great. Any last words on this movie? I think that's all the drops I got. There wasn't much in drops. Like the Mortal Kombat movie, I had like a shit ton of drops because they had a lot of stuff. This movie, there was actually a lot of the fight scenes were like silent. Like even when they did the when he raged out, even the sound basically dropped out for him like cutting people in the beginning of the movie when he raged out on the people that were like
no sound whatsoever.
Those guys that were like, we want the girl, kill the boys, get the girl in the beginning. He rages out and kills like 3 people by himself. The sound drops out. There's some music playing, but it's like you can't hear any like sound effects of him punching or hitting.
It could have been better even if they would have added Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey dancing to Hungry Eyes.
There you go. But my point is that there wasn't much in the way of drops because there wasn't that much in the way of any like interesting dialogue or funny dialogue or anything like that. It was kind of a bland movie. It was just kind of like, here's some Turok shit and like no salt added.
But hey, my final thoughts on it. It's still not hope lost for Turok. Hopefully, I would love to see them kind of revamp the franchise later on. Maybe not right now, do with all the multiplayer and all that shit. But I guess in the near future, I would love to see a new Turok.
I would like to see Bethesda get their hands on it because they brought back Doom in a good way.
Fucking right.
And if they got their hands on a Turok game, I would love to see what they do with that because I think I'd jump on board for that too. I love Doom and Wolfenstein as well. Wolfenstein has come back pretty good.
Did you play Wolfenstein?
Yeah, I got it. I got it on my Xbox One. Yeah, I thought it was great.
It's amazing.
And then a new one's coming out. That was actually
what?
Yeah, the Patrick who was on our last episode of Who's Next
and Bethesda, fucking Turok. Can you please do that?
Well, I mean, I did have to probably get the IP. I mean, because
what
Bethesda,
the fuck is Acclaim doing?
Well, yeah,
shit.
You're right. I'm pretty sure they can probably get their hands on it if they wanted to. But I mean, they're working with ID, so they have like the Doom property and they have the Wolfenstein property.
And I know they also have Quake.
Oh, yeah.
They really need to revamp a new fucking Quake.
That would be pretty.
I know this is
awesome.
not about that, and it's about Turok, but you need to do a new fucking Quake.
Yeah.
I hope you hear my fucking prayers. Turok, Quake.
That would be pretty awesome. I would love
anything
to see
that Acclaim had fucked up in the past. I need Bethesda. Get fucking to it.
Yep. So I guess we'll close out with our song. How about that?
Can we?
Sure. Keep your dick in your pants and we can do it.
Can I leave it out and we can still do it?
3 lives down. You got enough in there to finish me off?
One way to find out.